Today, I'm going to be getting the Platinum Trophy on Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. The first Jak and Daxter game was a huge part of my childhood, and it was one of the first ever platformers I ever played. Well, it was the first platformer that I ever played that didn't involve a stinky red Italian plumber.
Hello, Mario.
So needless to say, I was really excited to experience this game again. This time on the PlayStation 5 version. And funnily enough, I never even played the rest of the Jak and Daxter series, and I'm definitely interested in getting the Platinum Trophy for the rest of the series as well. So if you want me to see me do that, make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Because only 7% of you who watch these videos are subscribed, so if you want to be part of that elusive club, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Jak and Daxter has 26 trophies, including the Platinum, and most of them are gotten from just completing every single level, which is not too difficult, with a couple miscellaneous trophies here and there. Now at first I thought I was actually doing a different trophy list, and I thought there was 39 trophies instead of 26, but that's because there are actually two different PS4 versions of this game, and the one that I was playing was the one on the PlayStation Premium subscription service, and that one is the one with 26 trophies instead of 39, which I realized later after I had already started playing. The game starts off with an intro cutscene where we get a nice little monologue from Samos, who is Jak and Daxter's basically mentor figure. Jak and Daxter end up going to Misty Island, which Samos definitely tells them not to do, but we decide to go against them because we're freaking gangsters. While there, we see the two antagonists of the game, an Eskimo guy, and I Can Fix Her. Realizing that we probably shouldn't be looking at this because this looks like the start of a category, we leave and then get followed by this monster, who pushes Daxter into a pit of goo. Thankfully, Daxter didn't end up dying after all though, and he got spat back out, but he was an orange furry rodent. We return to Samos, and he gets mad at us that we went to Misty Island, and he tells us that Daxter got turned into an ottsel, an otter, and a weasel mix. And the only one who can change him back is this guy named Gaul, who we have to go on an adventure to go save. We also meet my first ever video game crush named Kira here. The two of us agree to help us as we search for power cells to power up a zoomer so we can get across the world and find the missing sages, in the hopes of changing Daxter back and reuniting the land. With that, we are finally thrown into the tutorial of the game, which is Geyser Rock. In this game, there are two major collectibles, which are the Precursor Orbs, which are used as currency, as well as Power Cells, which are used as our main collectible and are used to progress throughout the game. There are a total of 101 Power Cells in the game and 2,000 Precursor Orbs, and I'll need to collect all of them for all the trophies in the game. After getting reacquainted with the controls, I made it through the tutorial and got my first trophy of Jak and Daxter. We then get led into the Senai open world, where we get put into our first hub world. This game is split up into 3 separate hubs, with 2 or 3 different levels attached to each one, and you can do them in whichever order. Thankfully, I had played this game already before, and I knew that I really wanted to go to the jungle first, so that's where I went to start off. Now, there are different NPCs that will have different things for you to do in every single level, so you want to make sure you talk to them first unless you already know what you're doing. But like I said, this is a big game from my childhood, so I already knew what I had to do in this level, so I just went straight there. Now, each main level in this game has 7 power cells acquainted to it, and usually 150 to 200 precursor orbs that you have to be on the lookout for. Now, as I was searching throughout the Forbidden Jungle, I actually got one of the only real kinda speedrun trophies, where I had to make it to the top of this tower while still having Blue Eco, which is this game's power-ups. They're on a timer, which you can see in the bottom left, and as long as I got up there with plenty of time to save, then I was good for this trophy. After that, I fought this boss fight that terrified me as a child. I uncapped the Eco Vent, which is the main reason I went to Forbidden Jungle first, and did a fun yet slightly aggravating fishing minigame to get the keys to go back to Misty Island, which is another level we needed to play as well. All of that coincided with getting this trophy for getting all the power cells in Forbidden Jungle. Now, it was at this point that I finally realized that I was looking at the wrong trophy list, and so when I pulled up the other one, I found out that there was another trophy in the tutorial. So I went back there to get the trophy for beating this tutorial area in 12 jumps or less. This is really easy to do if you just use a crouch uppercut, and it doesn't count, so I did this in absolutely no struggle whatsoever. The next level I decided to go back to was Misty Island, which probably gave Daxter some really bad PTSD. Wait! But after surviving down some water and using this Donkey Kong section, we managed to get all the power cells here, and got the trophy for that as well. Our last level of this hub that we had to complete was Sentinel Beach, and this one didn't really have much of note. The only reason I saved it for last was because we needed the eco vents from Forbidden Jungle opened. It's funny because Samos actually tells us in the beginning of the game that we should go to Sentinel Beach to unlock his green eco vents, but we decided to save it for last cause fuck that guy. After that, all I had to do was clean up the levels in the actual hub area, because yes, there are power cells in these areas as well, and most of them are just from using precursor orbs to pay off people to give you power cells or doing mundane tasks in the area for them. So I got a trophy for 100%ing the hub area. Now it was time to move on to our next section, which basically in between each of the hub areas we have the Zoomer sections, which are just vehicle missions. And there are 50 precursor orbs in these missions and 2 or 3 power cells depending on which one you're doing, and after going through Fire Canyon, I got a trophy for finishing this off. Now we were in our second hub area, which is called Rock Village. We went to the Blue Sage's hut, where we couldn't even find him, but we unlocked the portal so Kira and Samos could show up. We ended up getting one of my favorite lines of dialogue in the game here.
It looks like the Blue Sage threw a party.
Oh my! Rock Village is on fire!
One heck of a party.
Having a big feeling of FOMO, I went to go join the party, and all I found were barrels. This angered me, so I broke a bunch of them, and after breaking 15, I got a trophy. Sure man, whatever. I guess no party for me. What's the point of even playing this game anymore? We then decided to move on to our next level, which is Precursor Basin. This is an entire vehicle level, and it sucks. Specifically, guiding these moles into their hole is some of the worst hitboxes and things that I've had to do in a vehicle mission ever. However, there was a miscellaneous trophy in this level which I made sure to do, even though it took a little bit of effort, which was beating this race time trial in under 40 seconds. This is actually pretty difficult to do, and it took me a couple tries, but I managed to get it after a few attempts. After that, I cleared off the entire level and made sure to collect every single power cell, which gave me another trophy on top of that. The next area I went to was the Lost Precursor City, which was an area built by Jak's ancestors, and this level also had a miscellaneous trophy, but this one was slightly more annoying, which was to hit all of these chests on these slide sections, and I'm going to admit it here, I did use Rewind for this, because I didn't want to have to restart the entire level just because I missed one chest. After using Rewind twice, I managed to get the trophy for this, as well as getting the trophy for getting every single power cell. You guys know the drill already. The last area in this hub world was Boggy Swamp, and this surprisingly was the only area in this hub world that didn't have a single miscellaneous trophy tied to it. So all I did was go throughout here, meet this hillbilly, and get that gosh darn tootin' trophy. Yeehaw! Other than that, I'm gonna skip past Boggy Swamp because I just hate this level. We didn't have way more than enough power cells to move on, but I did make sure that I went back and cleaned up the entirety of Rock Village, getting the trophy for that as well. Now it's time to move on to the next hub area, and after fighting this monster named Claw, which was a pretty easy boss fight all things considered, we went on to our next Zoomer area in Mountain Pass. Now I couldn't get all the power cells here because I needed a yellow eco vent unlocked in one of the levels in the upcoming hub area, so I had to wait for a while to get this trophy. So instead I went to the Red Sage's hut and turned on the portal there, yada yada yada. However, it was here that we found out that Gull is actually one of the sages who turned evil because of Dark Eco. And that obviously triggered Daxter, because the guy who's supposed to save him, we have to kill him in order to save the world. With that depressing news out of the way, we go throughout the third hub world, which only has 2 levels in it, which we start off by going and visiting Mario and Luigi, of course, cause why wouldn't we? After that we go to our level named Snowy Mountain, and guess what? It's basically Canada! Look at it! Because I felt right at home, it took no time for me to 100% this level, and we actually found the yellow eco vent, which means that we could go back and 100% Mountain Pass. So I started off by finishing off Snowy Mountain, getting everything in this level, getting the trophy for getting all the power cells here, and then I went back to Mountain Pass, which I got the trophy for getting all the power cells here as well, now that I could get the one behind this rock. I then went to the other level in the third hub, which is called Spider Cave, and if Boggy Swamp was annoying, this is by far even worse than that somehow. I actually hate Spider Cave, and mainly because after I had gotten all of the power cells here, and I unlocked the trophy for that, I ended up spending 30 whole minutes looking for one precursor orb that I had missed. I scoured the whole place front to back for 30 straight minutes. But let me tell you, it felt amazing when I found that one precursor orb that I was missing, and I got the 100% here. The other funny thing is that during this 30 minutes of looking for this one Precursor orb, I was listening to my girlfriend in the call that I was in, watching one Genshin Impact cutscene during that entire 30 minutes.
Oh my god!
After that, the only thing that remained that I needed to do before going to the final section of the game was collecting all of the different power cells in the third hub world called Volcanic Crater, and I easily got the trophy for that. Then it was on to our final Zoomer mission to get through what was called Lava Tube. And there was actually 2 trophies that I got here. One of them was Miscellaneous, which was for popping 25 cooling balloons without dying throughout the entire level. And I don't know who didn't go to preschool on the developer team, but I popped way less than 25 balloons and got the trophy. So, okay then. And of course, the other trophy that I got was for getting all of the 2 power cells in Lava Tube. So now we were on to the final area of the game called Gall Maya's Citadel, where Kira told us that Samos was captured along with all the other sages that we hadn't met so far. So now it's up to Jak and Daxter to save those sages, and we go throughout these platforming challenges that are designed around each of the sages in the game, and we save them one by one, and of course ending it all off with Samos up at the top. By doing this, we actually get a couple trophies. One for collecting every single Precursor orb in the game, all 2,000 of them, and one for collecting every single power cell in Gall Maya's Citadel, which is also the last power cell in the entire game. Samos then tells us it's time for us to fight Gall Maya and put an end to this, and we have to destroy them so they don't open up the Dark Eco Vent, which could destroy the entire world. So we go up this final elevator to put a stop to them, but we take a stop at the top to look around and see how far we've come, and for some reason that gives us a trophy. And this trophy is actually kind of buggy and took a while to unlock, but whatever man, I'll take it. We then fight Gall and Maya as they are inside this giant robot version of Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Seriously, I mean, like, look at the schnoz on this thing, it's so huge, dude! After defeating them, we find Light Eco, which is all of the Eco combined into one, which will destroy Gall and Maya. And Daxter has to make the hard decision on if he wants to be changed back, or if he's going to save the world. And of course, we decide to save the world. So we get the Light Eco and finish the game. This not only gives us the trophy for beating the entire game and finishing the story, but we also get the Platinum right afterwards. And there you have it, guys. That is the Platinum Trophy experience for Jak and Daxter the Precursor Legacy. Honestly, this game was such a huge nostalgia trip. It's such an easy yet fun Platinum to get, and I highly suggest this for any trophy hunters out there, or if you're just looking to get your first ever Platinum Trophy at all. With that being said though, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys all next time when I get another Platinum Trophy. Bye! See you later.